Hi, this is Last3Plays and welcome to a new video. Today we'll look at NDB navigation in the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. So I'm looking here at the lovely sky vector map and I have zoomed into the LOWI airport area. And the first thing we're gonna notice right here is that there are 3 NDBs just around it. So we have 2 of them here and 1 of them is up here. You can detect NDBs by looking at these symbols basically when looking at a aeronautical map. And from the Microsoft Flight Simulator we will start from the LOIK airport up here and navigate our way down towards the Rottenburg NDB with a frequency of 303 MHz and then navigate further down towards the Innsbruck NDB. And if I zoom out here just a little bit, you're gonna notice some Class B airspace we're gonna have to worry about. And if I go into the flight plan and enter the LOIK and LOWI airports, it's gonna give me a heading and basically the length of the flight in nautical miles. So we're gonna have to go 37 nautical miles at a heading of 237. We're gonna start into the northeast and basically then do a 180-degree turn, and using the NDBs we'll navigate down towards the Innsbruck area. What I'm also gonna do is writing down and noting the height of the runways. So we've got 1907 feet and we'll start at 1588 feet amsl altitude. So let's jump back into the flight simulator and I'll show you how to navigate using NDBs. Alright, we are here, and believe it or not, this is actually a fully usable runway for this aircraft. What you're looking at is a Diamond Aircraft DA40NG, and I'm gonna go inside the cockpit and you're gonna see these 2 big Garmin instruments. And I'm gonna go to the primary flight display 1 setup and inside to the ADF DME menu. And this is where we're gonna set the NDB frequency, which is 303 for the first one. You can do that by turning these 2 wheels on the bottom right side of the display. So let's just set 3. Second position is gonna be 0. And third position is also 3. And enter once, then it is selected, and enter twice, then it will jump to the left side, which basically means that it's ready for use. ADF nav1 volume 100%, all is correct. We can leave the ADF DME menu and go inside the primary flight display setup and turn on bearing 1. Click it a few more times until we are here at ADF menu. So once the DME is reachable and is received by this aircraft, it will show us the frequency and give us the heading we're supposed to fly on this wheel on the primary flight display. So we can go back now to the starting menu if you wish, and what I've already partially done is preset the autopilot for 4600 feet with a climb rate of 400 feet per minute, and I have also turned on the heading selection to about the heading we're gonna have to fly to, but the DME is gonna show us the exact heading and we'll edit that once we're in the air. Alright, so I'm gonna set flaps to takeoff position, release the brakes, and off we go. It's somewhat hard to control without a center line right here, but it's doable. And we win. Rotate. I'm looking for an airspeed of 72 knots. This runway is kind of short for this plane, but in the simulator this doesn't matter, it's fun. Alright, 72 knots. And let's retract the flaps. Neutral position. And I'm looking for 80 knots. Alright, I think we can start the 180-degree turn towards the right side. 85 knots for now. Okay, going back on the engine power. I don't wanna overload the engine. Airspeed is somewhat high. Still alright. Okay. And now the flight is stabilized. And first of all, I'm gonna turn on the autopilot and edit my heading just for a little bit to the left. (218) heading looks good. Alright, I'm gonna aim for 95 knots. And we have some time, so let's zoom into the primary flight display, and you can see this pointer into the direction of about 220, 222. This is the NDB heading, which is coming from the ADF. You can see frequency is 303. So afterwards, once we are clear of the terrain, we're gonna set the heading to match the NDB heading. And this is basically it. You're just gonna follow the heading you're told to follow on the primary flight display, and yeah, follow that and all is fine. NDBs of course have no way of measuring distance, so once you have passed the NDB, the arrow will be pointing to the opposite side in the primary flight display. So this is how you know once you've passed the NDB. Alright, so during flying the NDB just wandered backwards, and it still does, which means that we have passed the first NDB, and right now I'm gonna set the frequency of the second one. Which is 320. Alright, enter that. The new NDB is being received by the aircraft. The arrow is pointing to the forwards direction, so we're gonna follow that. Alright, so we should be past the NDB soon, because off in the distance, right here, I can see LOWI airport, or the landing lights of it. So let's adjust the course just a little bit to the left. 230 degrees should be good, and adjust the autopilot altitude. Let's select 3,800 feet and engage a descent. Okay, I'm gonna disengage the autopilot and fly the plane manually from now on. Alright, I'm gonna set the first set of flaps, so landing, oh sorry, takeoff configuration. And the NDB signal is actually starting to wander off towards the right, which is a clear indication that we have passed it right now. And the ILS system is telling us that we are on the middle marker. And I'm gonna set the flaps to landing position. And start aiming for the center line. And as you can see, there definitely is some turbulence shaking the plane around. Alright, aiming for the center line. And we have touchdown. Lowering the front of the plane. Okay, so that was a landing on LOWI Airport. I'm just gonna drive off towards the right side here and park right here, which you should never do in real life, of course. And that was an NDB navigational flight. not very exciting. The landscape basically already told us what to do and where to fly, but this is great for training and for learning how to set this in real flight conditions. So I'm gonna turn off the engine and switch off the electric master. And at the very end, I'm gonna thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.